Welcome to the Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center. In 2004, a national level institute AMGITA has been started in the field of engineering and technology as per guidelines of All India Council for Technical Education AICTE New Delhi. AMGITA is approved by AICTE New Delhi, Gujarat State and affiliated to Gujarat Technological University Ahmedabad, which is also known as GTU. Our goal is to be an institute of generative ideas so that we remain relevant to our society. The AMGITA has always been an organization on move with continuous effort on improving its processes and to maintain its relevance to the Indian science scenario, with adding new programs in its programmatic portfolio. We strongly believe in overall development of students, so for that we provide them a different platform like state level tech fest, project fair, different sports activity, which helps students to teach teamwork and problem solving skills to get physical health benefits, boost self esteem, and reduce pressure and stress for prove their skills in distinct area. Welcome to the virtual class of Basic Electrical Engineering. Myself, Professor Gaurang Patel from Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. And today we are going to start your chapter number 2, that is in AC circuits, and we will see what are the contents that we are going to cover in this lecture. So you can see that is the equation for generation of alternating induced EMF first of all, and then it is the definitions, and several definitions are there, that is the waveform cycle, instantaneous value, amplitude, peak value, crest value, maximum value, which is known as the amplitude. Okay, and then we will see average value and RMS value, then frequency, time period, power factor, active power, reactive power, apparent power, etc. So those all are the definitions we will see one by one and how it will be related to our electrical branch. Okay, so first of all we will see how the sinusoidal voltage or sinusoidal power can be produced. Okay, so for that first we need to understand the AC generator and how the AC generator is work. So some of the point is given over here that we can see over here. So first statement says that an AC generator uses the principle of Faraday's electromagnetic induction law. So AC generator is worked on Faraday's electromagnetic induction law, and what we can see in the figure, there is two magnets are placed over here. There is an N pole and S pole, and in between there is a coil is situated over here. So you can see over here in that figure, that is a N pole and it is an S pole. So in between there is a coil is situated. Okay, so statement states that when current carrying conductor cut the magnetic field, okay, this conductor is the current carrying conductor. Okay, so that current carrying conductor, when it cuts the magnetic field, then EMF induced in the conductor, and inside this magnetic field a single rectangular loop of wire rotates around a fixed axis, and it will cut the magnetic flux at various angles. Okay, so when this coil is rotated, the magnetic flux that will be cut at various angles. Okay, so over here in equation you can see that is N, which is stands for number of turns of coil, A, that is area of coil, omega, that is the angular velocity, and phi m, that is the maximum flux. Okay, so now we will see how it will be worked. Okay, so in this figure you can see this magnet which is situated at that particular angle, that is theta is equal to theta m cos omega t. So when coil is along at x axis, that flux linking with coil, that is phi m. What flux which is linking, that is phi m. And when coil is along with y axis, that means this y and y dash axis, at that time flux linking with the coil is 0. Okay, so when coil is making an angle theta with respect to x axis, flux linking with coil theta is equal to theta m cos omega t, or you can say it is theta is equal to omega t. So according to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, you can make this equation, that is EMF E is equal to minus n d phi by dt. So it is nothing but the rate of change of flux, that is minus n d phi by dt. So further if you reduce this equation, so in place of d theta by dt, that is n minus n d theta m cos omega t by dt. This is the second equation you can make, and further if you reduce this equation, you will get finally EMF E is equal to Em sin omega t. Okay, so with all these terms that you can make understand how sinusoidal supply will be produced through this principle. Okay, so over here Em, that is n phi m omega, n is equal to number of turns of the coil, phi m is equal to Bm into A, where Bm is equal to maximum flux density Weber per meter square, and A stands for the area of the coil. Okay, and omega, for omega you can written down over here, that is omega is equal to 2 pi f. Okay, now we will start with certain definitions. First of all, we will start with the waveforms. So here in figure you can see there are different kinds of sinusoidal waveforms. In that first waveform, that is we known as a purely sine wave, this one which is known as square wave, and this one triangular wave, and it is the complex wave. So it is a different form of sinusoidal waveforms. So each and every waveform, it is having, you can see that it is having a some of the magnitude at the positive side and some of the magnitude is in the negative side. So whenever you get in the touch with such kind of waveform which is having a magnitude and positive and negative, so you can consider those waveform as a sinusoidal waveform. Okay, further if I will explain to you the next definition, that is the cycle. So what its definition says, that it is defined as one of complete set of positive, negative and zero values of an alternating quantity. So one cycle, that means when one cycle it is having some positive value, some negative value and the zero value which is included in one cycle, that is considered as a one complete cycle. Okay, another definition which is instantaneous values. Now it is also a very important term for the in terms of AC circuit. Now instantaneous value is defined as the value of an alternating quantity at a particular instant of a given time, and it is generally denoted by small letters. So whenever you will get a small letters like a value with small letters for the current I, for the voltage V. So whenever they are considering small letters, you have to keep in mind that it is talking about the instantaneous value. What is instantaneous value, what is the amplitude, and what will be the average value of sinusoidal supply, that I will explain you one by one. Okay, and one another term you can also say about the instantaneous value is instantaneous value, that is at particular time which value you will get on the waveform, that is also known as the instantaneous value. Okay, next term, that is the amplitude. Now amplitude is also known as peak value, crest value and the maximum value as well. Okay, and how we can we define amplitude? So it is a very simple definition of amplitude is given over here, that is it is defined as the maximum value, either it is inside of positive or either it is inside of at side of negative. So it is defined as the maximum value attained by an alternating quantity in one cycle, and it is generally denoted by the capital letters. So in case of instantaneous value, that is you must be remember that it was represented by the small letters, and over here for the amplitude they are using the capital letters, and those notations is already given over here. Suppose you can see that is Im for the maximum value of current, Vm that is maximum value of voltage, and Pm that is the maximum values of power. Okay, so in case of instantaneous value they are using the small letters. So from that you can identify which is the instantaneous value and which one is the maximum value of the sinusoidal supply. Okay, next it's an average value. Now average value, that is nothing but it will instantaneous value of alternating quantities over a half cycle. Okay, one average will be fetched from the all the instantaneous value of the sinusoidal supply, and that from that we will get the average value, and average value will be given like in this way: V average and I average. Okay, after that RMS value. RMS value, that is the full form of RMS value, that is the root mean square. Okay, it is the root mean square value, and it is the equivalent DC current which when flowing through a given circuit for a given time produces same amount of heat as produces by an alternating current when flowing through the same circuit for the same time. Okay, so that is considered as an RMS value. So Vrms and Irms is given over here, that is Vrms is equal to root mean square voltage of value of voltage, and Irms, that is the root mean square value of current. Next it is frequency, and it is defined as number of cycles completed by an alternating quantity per second, and the symbol of frequency, that is F, and unit is hertz. Okay, so that is the number of cycle that which completed in 1 second, that is known as frequency. Thereafter it is a time period. It is defined as time taken to complete one cycle. Okay, whatever the cycle which is completed and whatever the time it will be take, it is defined as the time period, and symbol of it is a capital letter T, and its unit is second. Then next, power factor. And power factor, it is also very important term for the sinusoidal supply, and it is defined as the cosine of angle between voltage and current, and power factor is denoted with PF is equal to cos phi, where theta is the angle between voltage and current. Then after, it is a definition of active power. So it is the actual power consumed in any circuit. Active power, that is actual power, and it is consumed in any circuit. Okay, and it is given by the product of RMS voltage and RMS current. So when you are making any calculation for the active power, you must have to consider the RMS value of the voltage and RMS value of the current, and you also consider the cosine angle between voltage and current, that is nothing but finally you will get the VI cos phi. So active power you can also fetch through these equations. The active power is equal to P is equal to I square R, or either you can go for the VI cos phi, and unit of active power is watt if you are dealing with the small quantity, and if you are dealing with the bigger quantity then you can go for the kilowatt, that is kW. Okay, so over here, after finished completion of the active power, here reactive power definition is given. So the power drawn by the circuit due to reactive component of current is called as reactive power, and it is given by product of RMS voltage and RMS current. Okay, so reactive power also you will be find with the product of RMS voltage and RMS current, and it is the sine angle between voltage and current. So instead of active power, in active power it is a cosine angle, and in reactive power we are using the sine angle. So difference of the equation between them, that is VI, we can get the reactive power through the equation of VI sine phi. Okay, so reactive power is symbolized with the capital letter Q is equal to I square X is equal to VI sine phi, and its unit is VAR or kVAR. You can also pronounce as VAR or kVAR. Okay, after reactive power you can see over here apparent power. So it is how apparent power is defined. So it is the product of RMS value of voltage and RMS value of current, and it is the total power supplied to the circuit. So there is no angle is given in apparent power. Simply if you calculate the apparent power, you can apply S is equal to VI, and its unit is VA, which stands for volt ampere, and kVA if you're dealing with the big quantity, so you have to use the kVA. So unit of apparent power is VA or kVA, either equation or symbol you can use. Okay, so after that there is a peak factor or crest factor. So definition of it is defined as the ratio of peak value to RMS value of an alternating quantity, and the peak factor Kp is generally taken as a 1.414 for sine wave. Okay, after form factor, over here there is a phase difference is given. So phase difference is defined as angular displacement between two zero values or two maximum values of the two alternating quantity having same frequency. So how can we get the phase difference? You can see in the diagram. In first diagram you can see over there, that is V of t is equal to Vm sine omega t. So as I told you, that small letter that is stand for the instantaneous value. So it is the instantaneous value is given over here, that is V of t is equal to Vm sine omega t. So this diagram you can see, this graph is started from 0, getting some maximum value, then again come to the at 0, the negative maximum, and once again come to the at 0 point. Okay, so now you can compare this first waveform with the second waveform, that you can see that it is a positive phase because it is started from this angle. Okay, so it is a considered as a positive phase which is started before 0. Okay, and last one, that is the negative phase which is started below the value of 0, which is started from here. So you can see there is a phase difference between these three waveforms. First having no phase difference, second one having a positive phase difference, and third one that is a negative phase difference. You can see this is the phase difference considered as a phi. Okay, so and you can also elaborate with this leading phase difference, and you can say that a quantity which attains its zero or positive maximum value before the compared to the other quantity, that is the leading phase difference. And lagging phase difference, that is a quantity which attains its zero or positive maximum value after the other quantity. So that is the lagging phase difference. So after completion of this definition, we will see how the GTU will ask the question. So in winter 2019, you can see in winter 2019 in GTU paper, there is a definition asked for the real power, reactive power, and the apparent power. So such kind of definition were asked in the GTU examination. And fourth one, that is the power factor, and the form factor. And in summer 2019, that was a question asked in such a way, that is what is power factor. Okay, so if such kind of questions asked in examinations, so I hope you can able to explain each and every terms that what I explained to you. Okay, so I hope you understand each and every definitions, like waveform, cycle, instantaneous values, amplitude, average value, RMS value, frequency, time period, power factor, active power and reactive power, apparent power, peak factor and form factor. Okay, and also you will be get the knowledge of phase difference and what is the power factor. Okay, so from that you are able to give the answer whatever the question asked in examination. Okay, thank you. Okay, so as for every lecture I told you that please remember the turn off your light when it is not required, because saving energy is very important. Okay, thank you.